Here we are at our Ogilvy's Bridge campsite. This is what it looks like before we start filling it up with tents and vehicles and people. Here's our little ablution block. This is my campsite. Rod's truck, my car, and the trailer I towed in, and Daniel's already on the lawnmower mowing up their tent site. There's Rod starting to look like work. We've already had 6 or so hours driving to get here, and just beyond that bush line is our river, which comes around in an arc all the way around where we camp. Well, the house is built. Now for the furniture. Little home away from home. Cooking, fridge, pantry, and eating. We're surrounded by some of the most beautiful New Zealand virgin bush that I have ever seen. Getting things organised now. We went out this morning and got a truck full of firewood. Daniel enjoys building the fireplace every year. Gary did a recce in on Christmas Eve, just checking up to make sure there was plenty of parking when he comes back in a few days' time. Rex and Viv having a good look around. This is Rodney and Lynn's new sleeping tent, and this is where we spend most of our time, in the community living room. The barbecue and what I call the flight deck. This is Rodney's own invention of hot water, washing up, stove, supplies, and on the other side of it, the hot and cold shower. The freezer, fridge freezer, pantry cupboard and more storage, frozen and otherwise. The shower tent, and would you believe, a flush toilet. Just up the hill a little is my camp. Look at the backdrop. A couple of friends of ours who've been coming here almost as long as we have. The river just below our campsite is fairly low. Obviously hasn't been a lot of rain here. This is where the boys dive into. They reckon it's about 12 to 15 feet deep in that hole. Such a pretty spot. Just around the corner is Ogilvy's Bridge, which this area is named after. Across the bridge, Ogilvy's Bridge, this is looking upstream and downstream towards our swimming hole. Daniel likes to camp apart from everybody else, and this is his chosen little posse every year. Now I'll head up the ridge. The tracks are well maintained, but uphill all the way, of course. The rangers keep possum and stoat traps set. Don't know how successful they are. I've never seen anything in one of them. Ever onward and upward. Nice knee cow there. Knee cows. Pungas, tawa, all the New Zealand native bush. This, for obvious reasons, is called the zigzag. It's about halfway up and it's as far as I go at the moment. I need to work up to the rest of it. It's about I've taken about 23 minutes to get this far. It's quite a bit more effort to get to the top. I'll make it before I leave, but not today. Here's another shot of the bridge from halfway down from the zigzag. This is where we get our drinking water, not far from where we camp. The there's a spring coming directly out of the hillside with crystal clear water. We bring our containers over by car every now and again and fill them all up. This is what is prohibited in national parks. They kill kiwis. There's another one over there too. Some more of the middle generation have arrived now. And confusion reigns. A few teenagers there too. And then over on the riverbank is my granddaughter with her 2 children and husband. Well, I'm halfway up the ridge track again. I've just passed the zigzag, which is where I got to last time, and I'll go the rest of the way today. Not very much further to go. See that seat in front of that bag of possum traps? It's the most welcome thing I've seen in the last 45 minutes. That's the view from the top. It used to be better. We used to be able to see right down the valley, but the trees have grown up over the years. It's not so good now, but it's still something to aim for. Had to do this little walk today. It starts off with quite a climb, but then for most of the rest of the way it's fairly flat. Doc have put up some information signs along the way, Maori one side and English the other. They're not supposed to be unveiled yet. I guess they're going to have a big unveiling ceremony in the hopes that the Maoris won't destroy the signs like they did the last lot. It's quite a pretty track, and it would be a great help if the trees were labelled as they used to be, but these signs, from what I can peer in underneath the wrappings, are only about the birds. This area in here was once used by the scoutmasters for teaching their charges how to build bivouacs. They stayed in the adjacent youth camp. The rangers have been doing a good job on this track also with their traps for rats and stoats. We cross a couple of little streams on the way through. Lovely little ferns regenerating. This is a different fern to the others. This is an interesting pair. They've fallen together many years ago and grafted themselves into one big tree. The track goes down to the road now, crosses it and continues back along the road, or the track is between the road and the river. The track comes out onto the road for a couple of 100 yards back to the car. This is another glimpse of the river as it meanders its way down to our swimming hole. Known as the Lions Hut because it was the Lions Club of Whakatane who funded it and maintain it. It's available for school or scout groups. Consists of a hall, dormitories, dining room and kitchen of course, and very nice solutions. Barbecues outside and lots of tables and chairs. They all went into town one afternoon except Lynn and Catherine and I. A big wind blew up and caused damage to everybody's camp except mine. That's a plus for the good old-fashioned canvas tents. Every New Year's Eve, Rodney and the boys put down a hungy, which is enjoyed by all.
Harvey fire. That's not bloody fire. Harvey fire. Put some wood on it. Old Harvey would get down, oh, and it'd be bigger than that, and he'd go, what? Oh, that fire. The next thing you'd hear, Harvey. It was Lee. Good.
I don't think it'll all go that quick. If it does, I've got plenty in my tent. This used to be a pretty little track up the Pahatu stream. I won't be doing the 6 hours to the hut though. It's been a forest giant in its day. It's about as far as I'm going. The track seems to peter out on the other side of this little stream. It's lovely in the bush this afternoon. We got a shower this morning and it's freshened everything up. And since the sun came out, it's very steamy, but lovely and shady and cool under the trees. This spot on the river is just below where the ranger's hut used to be. Very nice swimming hole here. little trickle coming in from the hill behind. They're going to airlift some traps into the bush for the rangers to set. This is our track clearing operation this morning. There's a tree down on one of the tracks.
Right over here. The rest of the tree's coming with it.
That's a beauty.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Hang on, I'll get it in a minute. Right.
Hey?
That one there?
Yeah. So that's at the moment it's gone down and sitting against there. But if we move that and flip the corner, it'll roll down into the river. Gonna have to get past the end of there. Cut this corner off. No. Oh, lovely.
It's a big log now, just end over end of the creek should be good. Whoa, lovely. Yeah, it ain't on the track anymore. I don't know if I can get that or not. That's a great little saw, that thing can do some work.
That's a fantastic saw, that great, I think.
Yeah.
You know, they're just the right size, they're not too hard to carry.
Oh, just like carry.
Yep. Yeah, easy to adjust the chain on them.
Here we go, folks. A good job, well done. No, Rodney's not on fire. This is the steam when the sun first hits the tent in the morning. Maori farmers further up the road have some horses grazing in the area. They're not a problem. I just wish I could take some of their deposits home for my garden. Gary's offered to take me for a flight over the park. Up and away. huge. That was wonderful. Thank you, Gary. Had another walk up the Pohatu track, past where we cleared the logs the other day. I discovered another tree down on Granny's track, so I've got the boys up there to clear that one up today. Then a few more random shots around the area before we start packing up to leave. Lynn had to go home for work a few days ago, and the others also, so there's just Rodney and I left here for a few days. High tea on our last night. We're all packed up and ready to go, but we need to eat and sleep and let the tents dry out in the morning, but we're all so organised. I got overtired packing up and didn't sleep that night, and the next day on my way to New Plymouth to stay with John and Diane, I went to sleep and flipped the wagon and came to rest on the roof. After a night in New Plymouth Hospital, I was discharged. Not much the worse for my adventure, but I can't say the same for the wagon.
Don't get dirty.
That's why I wore this stained shirt, so it doesn't matter. Terry came down to New Plymouth with a trailer to take me and all my gear back to his place, and then Rodney picked me up and took me back to Auckland.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
I know.
Yeah, the guy was saying it was totally upside down the drain.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they got her out of the other side, out of this side, then had to walk across the bloody underneath of the car to get it back onto the road.
They used a two-piece stretcher and poked both sides underneath me.
Yeah.
I already had the neck brace on.
Yeah.
And then they had to try and find somewhere on the bank to stand to lift me.
Yeah.
And they sort of lifted, and somebody pushed it across onto the top of the car, which of course was the bottom of the car.
Oh, okay.
And then they ran around the other side and pulled the stretcher across with me on it and into the ambulance. Look at the
Wow.
tyres, they're perfect, all except one of them.
Yeah, one on the other side's a bit knackered, but no, other than that.
No.
So how do you get on
Yeah.
for the, Terry, how do you get on for the, can you keep the tyres or what happens with them?
No, just salvage, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be cleaned up and put up for sale, I suppose. Yeah, if the motor's still going all right.
Is it?
Yeah, that'll be worth $500 or something, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, it was still going perfectly well.
Yeah. So, oh well. Yeah. And she's still
And I'm
bloody.
not even limping.
And you only got a little plaster on your arm. That's
No
all.
plaster on my hand
That's all.
there.
It was all cut.
And I haven't got a lot of strength in this arm.
No,
This
Yeah.
was,
she had morphine a lot for that.
Yeah, well, you haven't even got a bruise on it.
I know.
No, I have got a bruise here actually.
Yeah.
I only discovered that
It's
last
just
night.
come out.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
and the cop was amazed how I remembered everything.
Oh yes, he told us that, don't worry.
Yeah.
He said, even the amount of A she had to come. She was very lucid.
Yeah. Bloody
I'm
hell.
going to leave you, I think, do you?
Yes, all right.
And I will
Well,
go-
I had to bring that suitcase.
Oh yes, I'll
in.
go and get Terry to do that.
Yeah, oh, well, thanks for looking after her.
It's all right, dear.
Okay.
It's all right.
We had a big feast at Diane and John's to celebrate my living, and this is the wagon that I bought to replace Alex. I headed north and stopped off at Whangarei Falls. I stayed with Norma for a few days and then headed back to Pyra before going up the Coromandel Peninsula again. Don't think I'll bother to do that garden again. I took plenty of time recording the Urewera water gardens. They're very thoughtfully done. Then I drove across the Cora Glen Road, not to be recommended, to the other side of the peninsula and back down to Waihi. I had another good look around the Waihi gold mine and walked around the perimeter walkway. They've started drilling down now from the bottom of the pit. A few more walks now up the Karangahaki Gorge.